Hi friends, I'm Sherry and this is Gardening in the North, and if you are looking for an intentional DIY gift to give your family, friends, teachers, your Amazon delivery guy over the holiday season, then this is the video for you. So I have a couple DIY gifts that I want to share with you. I have decided this year that I don't want to just go to the store and buy gifts just to have the gift to give to somebody. I really want to put some thought and effort and love into the gifts that I'm giving. And so I thought I would share them with you in the hopes that maybe they will help you. So the first one that I want to show you and share with you is my Simmer Pot Stovetop Potpourri. So basically what you will do with this is you will dump the contents of this bag into 3 cups of boiling water and you will simmer it. And basically your house will smell like a holiday season. And so what I have in here, I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that I have out. First off, I have blue spruce branches, which smell amazing. I have a bag of cinnamon sticks. I have dehydrated lemons. I have dehydrated apples. So these are green apples. It has a really nice green edging to it. I have done grapefruits, which look amazing in these bags. I have also done some oranges. Again, I have more apples. I did clementines because they're little. You can put them, in that little area of the bag that you need them, and they're such a beautiful orange color. I have acorns. I have cloves. I have rosemary. I have beautiful anise stars, which really smell like black licorice. It's wonderful. I have black peppercorns. I also have bay leaves. I also am putting into the bag some pine cones, and then I have whole nutmegs. So all of this goes into this craft bag. So what I've done is I've purchased these craft bags. On the back, it's the brown paper. I thought that that kind of made it DIY, or not DIY, crafty. On the front is this open window. And so anything that you put in it is going to be presented to the person that you give it to. So I thought that that would make a really nice gift. On the front here, I've put a label with the name of the gift as well as instructions on how to use it. So before I show you how to actually use this gift, let's take a look at how I packaged it up. Hey guys, so this isn't going to take too long. The water is already really hot, but I just wanted to show you or share with you these amazing thrift finds that I found. So as I mentioned before, you can buy a simmer pot. They are not Pyrex, so they're probably not great quality. They are probably going to run you anywhere from $40 to $60. And so I wanted to share with you the thrift finds that I found. Combined, I spent $35. So this here is a coffee percolator, but I'm not going to use it like that. I'm actually going to take the lid off. I'm going to remove this piece of it, and I'll be able to put this back on, and I'll be able to use this like a simmer pot. So the reason that I would want to do that is so that when I'm having people over and I have all of my delicious smelling ingredients boiling, simmering in this pot, people are going to be able to see it. And that just adds an extra level of ambiance to your holiday season when you have guests over. Water is boiling. I'm going to turn it down because I only want it to simmer. And I don't want to get burned as I'm placing the ingredients into the pot. So what I have here is oranges. Now I have selected 2. Sometimes I put 2 in the bag, sometimes I don't. The reason I've selected 2 is because these are the ends, and so they're kind of small. I thought I would use them in my pot rather than place them into the bags. So we'll put those in there. The next one is the grapefruit. So we'll place that one in there. And again, I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. So I also have these giant pine cones that will not fit in my bags. So I thought, why not use this in my simmer pot? Okay. Again, I have 2 lemons. I don't put 2 lemons all the time in my bags, but again, these are the ends and they don't look great, so I'm going to throw them in my pot as well. Then I have a little clementine. I have some bay leaves. Of course, I have a piece of blue spruce, so we're going to throw that in there. Then I have my Granny Smith apple, my anise star, and then I have peppercorns I'm putting in there. We don't want to forget about the rosemary. We also want to add in our cloves because that puts a really nice smell into the air. And then I want to add 2 of these acorns. And really, I'm not sure that the acorns add a lot of smell to the bag, but they look so pretty in the bag. So let's take a closer look. Before we move on to the next DIY gift that you could give over the holidays, I wanted to quickly mention the simmer pot back there. One thing that I didn't mention to you is that you are going to be having that water evaporate over time. So you really want to make sure that you are checking it. You want to make sure that the water doesn't run dry, and just keep adding a cup and a half to it so that you're not diluting it so much that the flavor or the smell, the aroma isn't as strong as it should be. Okay, so the next DIY gift that I want to talk to you about is vanilla extract. So I don't know if any of you remember, but 3 years ago, I did a video on how to make your own vanilla extract. It has been 3 years. I can't believe it. Anyways, it's time to bottle it up and give it as hostess gifts. Give it to friends and family. Pair it with your simmer bag. The only thing about this gift is that if this is something that you want to do, you may want to do it now and give it next year at Christmas to your friends and family. And the reason I say that is you really want to make sure that the vanilla beans that you are putting into your preferred type of alcohol. So today I have spiced rum, and I also have bourbon. I have another jar of vodka that I used as well, but we haven't fully unpacked yet, so I'm not really sure where I've put that one. But you want to make sure that the vanilla beans are infusing into that alcohol for at least a year. I know a lot of people say 4 months is good enough, 6 months is good enough, but really the longer the better. So this has been 3 years. It's unbelievable. So I opened it up as I was unpacking because I was very curious to smell it. This hasn't been opened up until about a week ago for 3 years. For 3 years, every time I walked by it, I gave it a little bit of a shake, put it back on the shelf, and walked away. So for those of you that are interested in making this, check out my vanilla extract video. It gives detail on how you can make it and what you need to do to the beans. So because I'm not 100% unpacked, I can't find my funnels anywhere. And so I'm going to be using my measuring cup because I need the spout. So you can use any jars that you want. I got these little jars at Princess Auto. They were $1 each, and I thought, how nice is that? You really only need to give a little bit to somebody because it's the thought that matters. So I grabbed a couple of these. I thought that I would put some vanilla extract in them and again pair it with the simmer bags. And so this one here is the rum, spiced rum. So I am going to pour it into here because I'm afraid that if I pour it straight out of my jar, I'm probably going to spill it all over my nice label. Look at that. And then you put this back on. And then what I would do to finish this off is I would put some kind of ribbon around it. I would probably even put it in a clear bag that you can get at the dollar store, maybe even a bag that has like a drawstring or something on it, just so that it's all in a tiny little compact gift-giving, I guess, display. So that's what I would do. Okay, so now let me do the other one. Oh my God, it smells so good. Now, some of you might be wondering why I left this for 3 years. And the main reason is that we have been given a lot of vanilla extract. Last year, my daughter, who is a hairstylist, was given a bottle of vanilla extract as a gift. And so we're still trying to work through the stuff that we have before we use this up. So this one here, bourbon, I just wanted to make sure. Probably didn't need to pour that much into the measuring cup, but that's okay. And there we go. So there are those two. I just want to show you. Okay, let's move on to the next idea. Okay, the third idea that I have is for a gardener. So if you have that special person in your life that has a passion for gardening, then this might be a DIY gift for them. Partially purchased, partially DIY. So this journal here is something that I created and is now selling on Amazon, and I like to give this to the gardeners in my life who do not have it. And one of the things that I like to do when I give this logbook to them is to include something from my garden. So here in front of me is paprika. So I have dried paprika. I have paprika powder, and I have paprika seeds. And so what I like to do is to give a combination of the three. So I would probably put some of this paprika powder into a little jar like this. Now these lids, I know you guys are gonna ask me, these lids are actually off of the Parmesan cheese containers that I get from Costco, and they are perfect. So when you just want to open it up and you want a ton of it on, you would do it like that. If you just want to use your spoon, you do it like that. Inside here, you'll see that I have a moisture absorber. So I'd like to put these into my jars, especially when I'm using these lids, because I'm not sure that these are completely sealed. So I like to keep those in there. The other type of lid that I've used before are these ball gray lids. And so what I do is I tape my little moisture absorber on the inside of it so that it still is doing its job. Now you can still use a ring and a lid. I can't find my lids anywhere right now. So I won't be doing this. And so what I would do is I would use this little jar. It's the perfect amount to share with somebody. I would also take some of these seeds and place them into little envelopes that I have that have a little window on them. I would write on them what they are, what year they're from, and I would combine it with the planter. Now, you could even go a step further, and you could actually grow a seedling and present them with the seedling, some more seeds, the powder, as well as the logbook, and I think that that would make a fabulous gift. The last DIY gift that I want to share with you is a little bit dear to my heart. So I don't know if you can see that I have some red spots on my face. Right here is pretty evident. The dermatologist has told me that it's pre-cancer and that I have to treat it, so I am doing that. The cream that I'm using is only going to make it look worse for the period of time that I use the cream, and then that should heal it. However, I have also been doing research on, what can prevent the pre-cancer spots from coming. This is the second time I've had it. It is something that kind of runs in my family. Both my mom and my dad have had it. And so what I have found is a combination of jojoba oil, castor oil, and frankincense. Now what I do is I use these two as the carrier oil, and then I put 10 drops of the frankincense into this little jar here. I then put on the roller, push it in tight, and then I can use that at night just by rolling it on where I need it. Now, having said that, I do use this also under my eyes because it is supposed to help with decreasing the wrinkles you might have on your face. So this is something that I would share with all of my friends. Now, not just females, because men also get pre-cancer, they also get wrinkles, and they may want to use this as well. So let's get started. I want to show you exactly how I make this and then how I use it. Couple things I want to touch on before we end the video is that I have put these cute little labels on them so that when you're giving them as gifts, people know what's in them. I also put a little description that it's for topical use only. And one thing that I want to point out is that you never want to use frankincense oil alone. It will burn your skin. So you never want to put this straight onto your skin. You always want to use a carrier oil. And so I just want to make sure I say that. I have read a lot of comments about people burning their skin and it taking 2 years to try to heal those spots on their face. So now I'm going to show you how I use it. I have used this combination before where I have put it into my cream, my nighttime cream. I've mixed it all in and it becomes very oily, but you can just dab your finger in and then rub it on. I do find that method, I end up using way too much. My face is way too oily and my hair throughout the night ends up getting oily. However, when I use the roller, I find that I can just use a little bit in the areas that I want it. So I'm going to put my hair back only because I don't want my hair getting oil on it. Take my glasses off and I'm just going to show you how I use it at night. So I just go in and I do it like this. I do on this side, and again, this is for reducing the appearance of your wrinkles. But like I said, I also go in and I do it on the precancer, and then I have a little spot right here on the end of my nose. So hopefully one of these DIY ideas is something that you want to try. Please leave me comments below if you have tried these things before, if you're going to try them, or if you have other ideas. I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks for spending your time with me.